I spent a long time believing that walking away from my family would be a betrayal to them and to who I was. And I was also very afraid of the loneliness, emptiness I thought would follow. And I was dead wrong. I've never been happier. And I don't even know what happiness actually is. Now, to be fair, I didn't completely cut them off or block them. They can still call me or text me. They don't, but they could. And this was a revelation that I didn't think I would get. It was because I wasn't reaching out to them. They felt entitled for me needing and wanting to make contact with them because they birthed me. And now they're offended by me not initiating that contact. One of the positive things about this and me being so happy is that I actually stopped dreading that whether the phone will ring and it would be my parents who would be calling me or even texting me. And even if I call them, I don't have that emotional baggage that I knew I was going to get because one way or another, they would drain me completely. Especially if it was my dad. He would drain all of my energy, all of my emotions because he's pretty much like a leech. He's a narcissist and he needs that. And eventually what would follow would be that I would have to recuperate at least for a couple of hours, if not the whole day. If I was talking to my dad, it would probably be, I knew instinctively that for that whole day, I would be completely unproductive. I wouldn't be able to do anything. I would just need to pretty much not do anything and just wait until I went to bed so that I could do at least some stuff the next day. Now, I want to read a quote from the book Adult Children of Emotionally Immature Parents that explains it a little bit better. Freedom to suspend contact. Ideally, you'd probably like to have the freedom to be yourself, yet protect yourself while continuing to relate to your parents. Still, you might find it necessary at times to protect your emotional health by suspending contact for a while. Although this can stir up tremendous guilt and self doubt. Consider the possibility that you may have good reasons for keeping your distance. For example, your parent may be emotionally hurtful or disrespect your boundaries. An intrusive way of relating that impinges upon your right to your own identity. You may want to take a break from dealing with a parent who behaves in this way. Fortunately, you don't need to have an active relationship with your parent to free yourself from their influence. If this weren't so, people wouldn't be able to emotionally separate from parents who live far away or have died. True freedom from unhealthy roles and relationships start within each of us, not in our interactions and confrontations with others. As a result, me stopping to talk with my parents and cutting them off, I also stopped explaining myself to them or to anybody else around me. I do what I do, and there is a reason for it. I don't need to explain to people why I'm doing it. It's my life. And the majority of people would never understand. Those who do understand, I instinctively know I don't need to explain myself to them. And one of the really great things that happened or are still happening to me right now is that my memories are coming back, especially the good ones, the ones that I just forgot that I even had or that I actually lived through them. So my time from West Point that I just had like in the past couple of weeks, I had a crap ton of good memories coming back that I never had, that I thought I never had. The smell, the amazingness of the way I felt when I was there. And the best part about this is that I can replicate them now whilst I'm living here in Slovenia. And of course, there are also some really bad memories, traumas, triggers that are happening pretty much throughout my week days and months. But I know that those are resurfacing because I've worked so much on myself, and now my subconscious knows that I can deal with them and I can start processing them through therapy and through my relationship with my girlfriend. And the last part about all of this is that I can talk about my past and my emotions freely. Before, when I wanted to talk about this, it was actually my sister who stopped me because I told her, hey, I want to talk about my relationship, about my parents, my childhood, and how the upbringing wasn't enough. She legitimately told me, hey, you're going to hurt our parents because of that. And they're going to be ashamed. And do you really want our parents to feel like that? And at that point, she gaslit me and made me ashamed that I was doing a disservice to my parents. But now, of course, I'm talking to you, so you know that I'm freely talking about this. If my parents really wanted to understand what they did, what they hurt me, and if they were willing to grow by acknowledging that they didn't provide me with the childhood that I needed, they would they would be completely okay with this, with me talking about this and showing and reflecting on my emotions and my experience. But they don't. I mean, they're never gonna even look at this video because they don't know English. But in any case, they're not important. And as a result of all of this, that I'm happy is that I can finally start understanding my emotions, my loneliness and sadness. I'm actually happy that I'm sad because I know that I can feel this. So this past Wednesday, I was the saddest that I can ever remember. Like my girlfriend asked me if she did something wrong or how can she help me? And I was like, you did nothing wrong. It's completely okay. I'm just super sad. That's completely fine. And I was sad for that whole day. And I was happy about this. Now, I have no idea what happiness means. And I explore it in this video here.